Steve had a full day of chores to do, both in and around the house today. He wanted to keep his home clean and tidy, and to prepare for the winter. He made a list of chores he had to do and checked them off as he completed them. Bobby followed him everywhere, watching and waiting for the time she might be able to help him. The first chore on the list was to vacuum the carpets. Steve took out his vacuum cleaner from the closet and plugged it in. He turned it on and started to move it across the floor. Bobby hated the vacuum cleaner. She thought it was a loud and scary monster that tried to eat everything. She barked at it and tried to bite it. She ran around the house trying to escape from it. "Woof, woof, woof, go away, you big ugly monster. You're making too much noise. You're trying to eat my toys, my bed, my food. You're trying to eat me. You're trying to eat Steve. I won't let you. I'll fight you. I'll bite you. Woof, woof, woof." Steve tried to calm her down and told her it was okay. He said, "Bobby, stop barking. It's just a vacuum cleaner. It's not going to hurt you. Come here, girl, let me finish this chore." Bobby did not listen. She kept barking and biting at the vacuum cleaner. She thought she was protecting Steve from the monster. She did not understand why Steve liked it so much. She wished she could make it go away. "No, no, no, don't listen to Steve. He's under its spell. It's tricking him. It's making him think it's good. It's not good. It's bad. It's evil. I have to save him. I have to save us all. Woof!" The second chore on the list was to wash the dishes. Steve took the dirty dishes from the sink and put them in the dishwasher. He added some detergent and turned it on. He waited for it to finish its cycle. Bobby liked the dishwasher. She thought it was a magic machine that made things shiny and clean. She sniffed at it and licked it. She tried to open it and see what was inside. Sniff, sniff, sniff. What's this? It smells good. It smells like food. It smells like Steve's food and my food and other things. What are they? Can I see them? Can I eat them? Let me see. Let me open this thing. How do I open it? Where's the handle? Where's the button? How does Steve do it?" Steve smiled at her and said, "Bobby, you're such a curious dog. You can't open the dishwasher. It's locked. Wait until it's done, then you can see the dishes." Bobby waited patiently for the dishwasher to finish its cycle. She heard it beep and wagged her tail. She wanted to see the dishes. She hoped there would be some leftovers for her to eat. Beep, beep, beep. "Yay! It's done! It's done! Let me see, let me see. Show me the dishes. Steve, show me what's inside this magic machine. Maybe there's some chicken for me, or some cheese, or some bacon. Oh, I love bacon. Please let there be bacon. Please, please, please." The third chore on the list was to mow the lawn. Steve took out his lawnmower from the shed and filled it with gas. He pushed it to the front yard and started to mow the grass. Bobby loved the lawnmower. She thought it was a fun toy that made noise and cut things. She chased it and barked at it. She tried to catch it and play with it. "Vroom, vroom, vroom. Why, what's this? It sounds fun. It sounds like a car, but smaller and faster and cooler. What does it do? It cuts the grass. Why does it do that? Does it like grass? Does it eat grass? Can I eat grass? No, I don't like grass. I like my dry dog food and bones and treats. But this thing is fun. I want to play with it. I want to catch it. I want to make it mine." Steve laughed at her and said, "Bobby, you're such a silly dog. You can't catch the lawnmower. It's too fast for you. Be careful. Don't get too close. You might get hurt." Bobby did not care. She kept chasing and barking at the lawnmower. She thought she was helping Steve with his chore. She wanted to show him how fast and brave she was. "Ha ha ha! You can't catch me, you silly thing. You think you're fast, you think you're cool. You're nothing compared to me. I'm faster. I'm cooler. I'm smarter. I'm better. I'll catch you. I'll show you who's the boss. I'll show Steve who's the best. He will be so proud of me. He'll give me a hug and a kiss and a treat. Maybe a treat. Oh, I love treats. The fourth chore on the list was to rake the leaves. Steve took out his rake from the shed and dragged it to the backyard. He started to rake the fallen leaves into piles. Bobby hated the rake. She thought it was a mean and boring stick that took away her fun. She jumped into the piles of leaves and scattered them all over the yard. Swish, swish, swish. What's this? It sounds boring. It sounds like a stick, but bigger and duller and lamer. What does it do? It moves the leaves. Why does it do that? Do I hate leaves? Does it want to get rid of them? Can I keep them? No, I love leaves. I love playing with them. They're crunchy and colourful and fun. But this thing is not fun. I want to stop it. I want to make it go away. Steve sighed at her and said, Bobby, you're such a naughty dog. You can't mess up the piles of leaves. I've worked hard to make them. Come here, girl. Let me finish this chore. Bobby did not listen. She kept jumping into the piles of leaves and scattering them all over the yard. She thought she was having fun with Steve and his chore. She wanted to show him how playful and happy she was. Wee, 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 look at me, look at me. I'm having so much fun I'm playing with the leaves. They're flying everywhere. They're making a mess, a beautiful mess, a wonderful mess. Don't you love it, Steve? Don't you love me? You do, don't you? You always do. You're my best friend. The fifth chore on the list was to paint the fence. Steve took out his paintbrushes, paint cans and ladder from the garage and carried them to the front yard. He started to paint the wooden fence with a fresh coat of white paint. Bobby liked the paintbrushes, paint cans and ladder. She thought they were interesting objects that smelt good and looked nice. She sniffed at them and licked them. She tried to climb up the ladder and see what was on top. Sniff, sniff, sniff. What's this? It smells good. It smells like flowers. It smells like candy. It smells like paint. What is paint? What does it do? It makes things white. Why does it do that? Does it like white? Does it hate other colours? Can I be white? No, I like my colour. I like brown. Brown is beautiful. Brown is me. But this thing is nice. I want to see more of it. Let me see what's on top of this thing. How do I get up there? Where are the steps? Why are there the handles? How does Steve do it? Steve stopped her and said, Bobby, you're such a clumsy dog. You can't climb up the ladder. It's too high for you. You might fall down. Stay here, girl. Let me finish this chore. Bobby stayed on the ground and watched Steve paint the fence. She saw him dip the paintbrush into the paint can and stroke the fence with it. She wondered what it would feel like to be painted. She decided to find out. She sneaked up behind Steve and rubbed her body against the wet fence. She felt the paint stick to her fur and make it white. She liked it. She thought she looked pretty. Rub, rub, rub. Ooh, what's this? It feels good. It feels wet. It feels sticky. It feels like paint. It makes me white. Why does it do that? Does it like me? No, I don't want to change. I like who I am. I like brown. Brown is beautiful. Brown is me. But this thing is nice. I want to see more of it. Let me see how I look. Do I look pretty? Steve turned around and saw her. He gasped and said, Bobby, you're such a messy dog. You can't rub your body against the wet fence. You ruined the paint job. And look at you. You're covered in paint. Come here, girl. Let me clean you up. Bobby ran away from him and shook her body. She felt the paint fly off her fur and land on the ground. She liked it. She thought she made art. Shake, shake, shake. What's this? It looks good. It looks like snow. It looks like stars. It looks like paint. It makes everything white. Why does it do that? Does it like white? Does it want to share white? Can I share white? Yes, I can share white. I can make everything white. I can make art. Steve chased her and caught her. He took her to the bathroom and put her in the tub. He washed her with soap and water and rinsed her off. He dried her with a towel and brushed her fur. He said, Bobby, You're such a troublemaker, dog. You made a mess of everything today, but you know what? I still love you very much. You're my best friend. Bobby licked his face and wagged her tail. She looked into his eyes. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Oh, what's this? It feels good. It feels warm. It feels soft. It feels like love. It makes me happy. Why does it do that? Does it love me? Does it want to show me love? Can I show love? Yes, I can show love. I can kiss him. I can wag my tail. I can look into his eyes. They hugged each other and smiled. They had a day full of chores to do, both in and around the house. They did them together, in their own way. They had fun, and they made memories.